Hey guys, just want to bring you a little video on Redfield's newest weapon light. This is the Rebel HD, and it's basically a competitor to the Streamlight TLR1. In this case, I have the TLR1 HL, it's just what I got, but it's the same housing, same line. So, the main thing about this is 1000 lumens, same as the Streamlight. Academy's website, which is the company that owns and sells Redfield products, states 70,000 candela. The box does state 25,000. I don't know which one it is. It is bright, but I don't know. I doubt it's 70,000 considering this comes in right at 100. As far as price goes, it is very cheap compared to your Surefire, some of your higher end Streamlights like the HLX, the HPX, those kind of things. But one of the nicest thing about this is it does fit in TLR1 holsters. They're not perfectly similar, obviously, but they are similar enough to where they do fit, and it does state holster compatibility, most Safariland 7 series with TLR1 footprint. I don't own a Safariland holster, but I do have a couple 4Bros holsters, and it does fit. This is just a spare PDP slide. I don't run this dot always. I have a Vortex Defender XL on my ported slide that I run. But I figured for the nature of Redfield, I'd get it out. This thing does use two CR123 batteries. It does come with them. They are rechargeable using this supplied Viridian charger. All of that comes in the box as well for the 100 price point, which is kind of crazy if you ask me, but all it kind of comes down to how well it holds up. Take it off. It says push to open. You push it, back pops off. It's a little lip on there. You just gotta make sure you get that inside the housing and push it back. I guess we can get into some of the light settings. So there is low, there is medium, there's high, then there is strobe. To cycle them, you press both. To turn it on and off, you just tap one like you would with like any other light. Something I'm not sure how I feel about with the Streamlight. Obviously it's on, you can lock it on, or if you do it fast, it strobes if you have it activated. This one's not like that. It locks into whatever settings. So right now it is on low, medium, high, strobe. Whatever you have it locked into is what it stays on. So right now it's on strobe. I turn it on, it's on strobe. Cycle through to low, it will stay on the low setting until I cycle through to the next one, in which case it will stay on medium or high. It can be nice if you want it specifically for a strobe, or if you want a dimmer light for whatever you are doing, or brighter light. It's kind of nice. It is nice to have that availability. The way that it mounts is it uses that sliding key in there. If I can actually get it to move. It does just slide back and forth. It does not have keys like the Streamlights do. Let's see if I just gotta loosen it a little bit. There we go. And one thing I don't like about it is the fact that it uses an Allen key to loosen. So it has this little slider that obviously sits into your 1913 rail, so you can figure out in this case what slot you want it in. And then you can actually push the whole thing back within the rail to get it to sit where you want it exactly, which is really nice. But again, I wish they didn't use this. Streamlight, obviously you can use a coin, you can use a 9mm casing, 10mm casing, whatever casing you have, get that in there. This one is not the case. So if you do not have an Allen key, you cannot take it off, put it on, whatever. But it does feel really nice. It looks really nice. It is very bright. The hotspot on this is definitely brighter than this, and this does have fresh batteries in it. It's not like they're old wore out batteries. This does have a tighter hotspot, a brighter hotspot, but this one definitely does have a little bit more flood. Again, use case, whichever you prefer. If you want the candela, if you want the flood, it's really kind of up to you what you want that gun to do for you, what you want that light to do for you. I like the tighter hotspot, suits what I want out of a light a little bit better. And again, this thing is 100. These are usually 150 to 175. So yeah, obviously these are going to be cheaper. Not quite as out there. This is a brand new product from Redfield. I will say I do work for Academy. I did purchase this myself. I noticed that they were out and I bought one myself. I do work for the company that owns Redfield, which is part of the reason why I purchased it. I do sell these products and I want to make sure that it is not junk. So if a customer comes in, I can accurately recommend these to people. I will be taking this to the range once I have time. It is cold outside. I'm busy. I don't have a ton of time. But once I get to the range, I will make a video on it and a video on the red dot as well. I've had it on a few different guns, but I've never really done much with it in the year and a half ish that I've had the dot. But I figured, got the Redfield light, might as well get the new Redfield dot. Both of these are newer products for them. This one has been out a little over a year and a half, almost 2 years, but it is one of their newer red dots, part of their reveal line. It does have multi-reticle. Right there is just the dot. Now, well, that'll show up. I don't know if I hit the right one. Got the circle dot, and then just the circle. I know it's not focusing very well, but and then back to just the dot. It is solar as well. My only complaint, it uses Dr. Footprint. That limits it considerably. I've voiced my complaints to the appropriate people. It is what it is. Hopefully that will be updated at some point, but we'll see. But again, this light is super bright. It is definitely brighter than one of these, and it does fit the holsters. So this is an inside the waistband holster for this gun, 5-inch full-size PDP with this light, and it does fit, does have retention. It's not falling off. It's in there, which is very nice. The main thing about getting cheaper lights like the O lights, the Redfield, is holster compatibility is almost non-existent for a lot of them. O lights coming out with more, they're getting more popular, but Streamlight and Surefire really kind of run it. But this can fit those holsters. This is the light it's actually made for. Just so you guys know that it does fit. Let's get that gun out of the way. Bring in my Canik Mete SFX. Gun is clear. First off, which it won't fit. Yeah, it will. Never mind. Again, this is a PDP holster. These are very similar guns, but with this having a slimmer slide, it will fit. It just doesn't lock in as much because this gun is considerably heavier than the PDP, but it does stay in there. It's not really going anywhere. But with this light, which obviously this holster is not made for this gun, I just want to be explicitly clear about that. Look at that, nice snug up against there with that mounting system. It'll stay in there, but it doesn't have a ton of retention, which obviously I could tighten the screws, but I don't use it for this gun. It's not designed for this gun, it just fits. So as far as holster compatibility goes, as long as it is for the appropriate gun, like that's a PDP holster, as long as you get a PDP holster meant for the TLR one, it will work. I carried it today and it carried just fine. And it retained itself in there. It's not going anywhere. So If you're looking for a cheaper alternative to Streamlight, not that they're necessarily expensive, but these can be had for 2/3 of the cost in some cases. 100 versus 150 for the HL. Has the same lumens, 1000 for both, but 25, at least 25,000 candela. This one's rated at 20,000 candela. But same with the TLR1, rear loading batteries, so you do have to take the light off, but it's not like it zeros or anything, so it's not a huge deal. But it does come with two CR123 rechargeable batteries, and it does come with a charger. Granted, super light, cheap, but I mean, it's Viridian. They do make stuff for OEs, and it came with the flashlight, so I'll take it. Does come with some extra hardware. Comes some extra springs for that side and an extra screw. And then obviously you don't need keys. It's made for 1913, so it won't fit your Glock probably. But it'll fit any of your 1913 guns just using that. It'll even fit guns that it probably shouldn't. Here I'm at the P365. Gun is clear. There is no key that you can get from Streamlight anyways to make this fit. They don't go back far enough, they hit the trigger guard. With this, you can actually get it to sit on an X macro or a fuse frame. Obviously with an aftermarket fuse length frame that would fit, 'cause there'd be extra pick slots, but on a factory X macro frame, it does fit. And it's still usable. It's good using that mounting system. So I will give the mounting system a plus. I don't know how durable it'll be. With it moving like that, it could be a potential point of failure. Again, it just uses that screw, which is very tight. That is, I tried to back that out and I couldn't get it. So it's definitely in there, which is good. But I don't know how durable that plate will be. There's a little rib on the inside there, that silver thing, little ball, which is what keeps tension on to keep it from actually sliding without pressure. Keeps it in place to keep it from shifting. I have seen this on other Redfield lights. I just have not previously owned one, so I've not had personal experience with them. But this does seem pretty solid. We'll see how it holds up. But if you want a cheaper alternative to a TLR1 HL, this could be a good one. And you can actually find holsters for it, unlike some of the, basically any other Redfield light currently, and some of the other alternatives out there. So if you're looking for one, I think this would be a good one. Once I can, I will put out a video of it at the range, see if it can hold up to the recoil. Granted, it's just 9mm, nothing crazy, but see how it holds up. Make sure there's nothing weird going on, and just see how it does. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. Thanks for watching.